Well, hello, my YouTube family. Uh, we are just well into the work as usual, as per usual. Um, when you've done so much that you seriously can't do another thing. That's why I left at 5:05. I think it was 5:06 by the time I clocked out. I just I had all intentions to kind of stay a little late because I do have things to catch up on. It's gonna take me the rest of the week. So if you don't see me tomorrow, Thursday, you may see me on Friday. Fridays, I do plan on leaving. Mondays and Fridays, I plan on leaving at 5 o'clock. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. That kind of a thing. Yeah, because we're back on the grind. Back on the serious grind. And she's back to yelling at people. Queen of Darkness is back to per usual. Her door was closed, but it didn't matter. The doors are thin, the walls are thin. You can hear anything. You can hear a whisper. So, yeah, I heard her coming down hard on somebody. Just as long as it's not me, I'm all good. I am all good. I do what I do. I do what I have to do. I do what must be done, and then I leave. That's all there is to that. Okay, people. Um, a YouTuber, I'm bad with names, um, informed me that this might be the real Naughty Nudes palette. But here's the thing. If you go on Google, or if you have this palette yourself, there is this shade. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? There's this shade in the palette, in the real palette. This shade. That doesn't look like this. It looks swirly and kind of like a dark violet. This does not look like a dark violet by any stretch of the imagination. It's brown. It's like a tannish brown. So this was the dead giveaway for me that made me realize, Nancy, this ain't the real one. So, and how much is the real one anyway? Because I bought this. I think I looked it up and I bought it for $15. Isn't a Huda palette like 67 something? That's another dead giveaway. That why would the palette be sold to me at such a low price? So I am convinced that this is a fake. But people, this is loveliness. I just look at it all the time and I am so in love. So, like I said, I ain't mad at it at all. So I haven't used it yet, but trust and believe I will. Let's do lips of the day, because what is my channel now? Lips of the day and more. And I seem to be focusing more on the more than lips of the day. Because why? Mask. That's why. So lips of the day would have been a Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Cinnamon Spice. And this is Cinnamon Spice. It's like a red with a kick. And this is Cinnamon Spice. And let us see what Cinnamon Spice looks like. I obviously probably have done a lip look on this before, like everything. I pretty much have done every lipstick and lip gloss. I pretty much think. So you can always check back. But let us see. Again, a nice creamy lipstick. Very pigmented because it doesn't take much. There you go, people. Cinnamon spice. Ain't it nice? Corny, I know, but and well, so Wet n Wild cinnamon spice, nice and creamy. It might be a matte, but I'm not really sure. It doesn't feel like a matte. It just feels like a cream lipstick. So I can't really vouch for whether it's a matte or not. So there you go. So that is Lips of the Day. Cinnamon spice. What is it called? Yeah, cinnamon spice. Cinnamon spice. What is he doing back there? What is he doing? He wants to go behind the shade. But that's the reason why I put the pillow there, because I'm done with him tearing up my, he put a hole over here and there's a bigger hole. That's why this pillow is covering the bigger hole. No, I'm done. I'm done with him tearing up my shades. If he wants to look outside, he could look through this one. He ain't looking through this one because he really messed up my shades on this one. Not having it anymore. Okay, so I do have an eyeshadow on. Very much my skin tone. From the Nudes of New York palette. And it is a shade called Explorer. Right where my finger's at. It's a little more browny than what you see. It's not that far off, but it's a little bit more browny. And I like the formula. I like the formula. It's nice, and I can't really say it's creamy, but it's very soft. Kind of powdery, if you can probably tell. It's already, I just dipped my brush in it and it already kind of made a mess. It's kind of powdery, but the pigment stays. And it stays twice as long if you're wearing an eyeshadow primer, which I really got to get a new one, boy. This one, my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I am down to the bare minimum, people. I'm down to like here, right here. I only got about this much left. I do have another one. I have an Urban Decay primer, eyeshadow primer, but it's like a sample. But they put a lot in their samples. So after I'm done with that, then I'll use the primer. And while I'm using the primer, I'll order another eyeshadow primer. So I used this. And then I took another brush that I had. Get me experimenting on these shadow situations. But you can't really tell. I don't think you can tell. What I did was I took this dark one. And I took this here brush. Don't ask me. It's from Sephora. Don't ask me where I got it. Don't ask me. The bristles are very hard and it's a very straight bristle. I dipped it in this one, but I dipped it this way. I didn't dip it like this way. I dipped it this way. And I kind of almost used it as a liner very close to my lashes. It didn't really show that much, but I did the best I could, people. I'm a late bloomer, a super duper late bloomer when it comes to these shadows. When it comes to eyeshadows in general. Because like my friend Michelle said, only 2 years ago, Nancy, just 24 months, 2 years ago, you were saying to my family, to my YT family. I don't do shadows. I know nothing about shadows. I am not a shadow person. And then one day, out of the ether, I've got so many shadows now that it's hard for me to close the shadow drawer. And you talking about your Huda Beauty Naughty palette. You got the Nudes of New York. You got tons of others. There's more coming. Plus, Facebook got the audacity to show me a palette called Wines and Reds and Wines or something like that. You know, it's an advertisement, so it pops up every now and then. But you know, you have the option of never seeing it again. I clicked that thing so fast because don't try to tempt me. I don't have any place to put any more shadows. I don't have any more room. Okay? But those shades, the reds and the wines, unfortunately, I didn't click off of it fast enough for it not to get into my system and into the back of my brain, because I know that it's ColourPop. Why would I remember that it's ColourPop unless it seeped into my brain? And it's a reddish wine, more wine. I think it's called Wines and Only Wines, Only Wines, or something like that. Facebook did it to me. Facebook did it to me. I still don't want that one more than I want the Too Faced one. You know I'm going to get that palette come hell or high water. I don't know when. I don't know how. I'm determined to get that palette because I'm convinced, don't ask me why, but I'm convinced that that once I get that palette, that I won't be tempted to buy any other palette. I don't know why. I don't know why I say that. You know damn well. And my family. I know y'all are laughing. My family knows me. And what have I always said about a sucker for advertising? You advertise it the right way, put the lights towards the whatever it is that you're selling, just so to make me fall in love, I'm yours. I don't know what it was about this Too Faced palette. I don't know what it is. It's the browns. It's the richness of the colors and the shades and the tones. And then there's a rose goldy, the middle part is like a rose goldy section right there. There's a section that's kind of too light for me, but it's just like 4 colors out of, is it 18 shades in there? I don't know. But from the middle to the end to the darker section, I'm yours. I'm yours. It sort of looks like this, but it's not quite. Oh, and another thing about this palette. Okay, look at the palette. Does it say nudes in the background? Because I know in the real one, you can see the nudes. It says naughty nudes, but the nudes is kind of faded in the background. This one, I didn't realize that the Huda had the word nudes in the back until I was watching somebody was showing off their palette. YouTubing, of course. And I saw that they were showing this, but you could see the word nudes, even though it was faded in the background. Can you see the word nudes in there? I mean, I can see it a little bit, but is it supposed to be that faded back there? Or does it really show up a little bit more? I know some of y'all are saying, but Nancy, damn it, that's the real one. I don't think so. I'm convinced. And it's this one, it's this shade. It's this one right here that convinces me that it's not the real deal. Because in the real one, it looks more swirly and it's more purpley. And this is like a tannish brown, and there's no swirl. Where's the swirl? I don't see no swirl. This one in the real one has a swirl. This is not a swirl. And this is not a swirl. And why would they sell me a Huda palette for 15 when Huda is like, what, 67 or something like that? Why would they do that? I do love it though. Look, I'm trying to look for something to wear so I can match this, but I really also wanted to wear this. So this one won out because I'm wearing a bright yellow and my bra is showing. And I just liked the shade that I chose. I really do. I really like the shade. So there's that. I guess I'm beyond obsessed. I'm beyond obsessed with shadows now. Beyond. Like in the living room, after I finish eating dinner and I'm sitting back and I'm watching television, basically my Chicago PD marathon, because there's really nothing to watch yet, except yesterday was a new episode of All Rise. If anybody's watching that, I really do like that show. That was pretty much the only new show. There's nothing else. Nothing else has really, the new shows, although tonight I think there's some new stuff coming up. Isn't there a Real Housewives of something tonight? And then there's some, I think, some other shows. So slowly but surely, the new shows are coming back, or the shows themselves are coming back. They're off of like winter break, and now the regularly scheduled programming is slowly trickling back in. But during a commercial, if I'm watching, whatever, I'm on my damn phone. And what is Nancy looking at? I'm on the Amazon site. I don't plan on buying anything, but I just want to see. I just wanted to see. I'm not checking anything out. I'm not checking out a particular palette or anything of that nature. As of right this second, I am content with what I have. But what would finish, like just complete, what would complete me? Thank you, Tom Cruise. Thank you very much. But what would complete me is getting that damn palette. I'm not going on Sephora. I'm not going even on Amazon. I don't even think they sell that particular palette, that Too Faced palette on Amazon. I did try. They had it for a minute and then I think it sold out or whatever. But it's still, they were charging more on Amazon than the regular price. And I think the regular price for it is like $38 or $48. No. Like I said, I'm waiting for the dupe, which is the W7. I told you about that. It's basically the palette. Just W7 is selling it for a hell of a lot cheaper. But like I told you yesterday, I did write to W7 and they said I have got to wait a month. Do you know how awful it is for me to have to do that? To wait a month. We just started this month. They talking about you got to wait a month. So I guess I have to finish waiting this month. And then they'll let me know. But they did say, once we get it in, we'll email you and let you know. So maybe they'll get it before the month is out. I don't know what it is. It's the browns. It's the richness of the tones. Which is really why I bought this palette. Because it sort of looks like it. But it's not it, Nancy. You've seen Nancy do this before, haven't you? With lipsticks. You could get the lipstick, but it's too expensive, so you're going to try to dupe the lipstick, but the dupe is never really the same as the original. And then at the end of the day, after you done bought every single dupe, you end up breaking down and buying the original anyway. It's what I do. This is my MO. It's what I do. But I'm trying not to go crazy. This is pretty much the only palette that I bought that sort of resembles that Too Faced palette. That's really it. I don't think I bought another palette that looks like it. All the other palettes are palettes that I bought before I noticed this Too Faced palette. It's just a couple of weeks ago that I had noticed, oh, that palette looks really nice. And it's been out, what, a year or 2 years already? But the price, it's a little ouch. So then I went on the W7 site and I figured, oh, no, it was a video that I saw on YouTube. Duh. And it was a W7 palette called the Nudification palette, which it's not even a dupe. It is the palette. Oh, excuse me, I'm like spitting. It is the palette, but they're selling it for like way cheaper because W7 sells dupes for like slashing the price because it's a London-based company. So yeah, so I'm going to have to wait for W7 to come out with a new stock, a new, and they talk about I have to wait a month. I pray to Jesus that I don't see another palette that catches my attention just so I could buy that palette just to ease the itchiness of wanting to buy the W7. Like, buy another palette just so you can have a new palette while waiting for the W7. No, Nancy, we're not going to do that. Except that ColourPop Wines palette is talking to me, but I think I have shades like that in, hold on, in this palette. So I don't have to buy the Wines palette because this one's pretty, it's covered, it's covering the bases. It's covering the bases. So I've got Wines and, However, the more I talk about the ColourPop Wines palette, the weaker I get. And don't be surprised. Why should you be surprised? You know me already. If I come on here while waiting for the Too Faced palette, that I end up buying that Wines palette. I can't, people. But where you gonna put it, Nancy? Maybe that'll stop me. You have no more room. You have no more room. You have shadow singles. You have palettes. When did you become a palette person? We've already asked this question a number of times. I have asked this question to my YouTube family, who probably just, rolling your eyes and shaking your head at this point. So, there you have it. So that is it. That is all. This is Lips of the Day, Eyes of the Day, which I really like. I like I said, I'm a neutrals chick. I like the neutrally look. Get me using different brushes to try different tricks. I'm still a one and done person. Don't get it twisted. But you never know. Maybe next year I'll be blending 2 different shades. I'll be showing you which shades I'm using. Oh, late. We are talking, we're talking not a day late, not a week late, not a month late, not even a year late. Years, decades late. I am decades late to the eyeshadow game. Decades late. But it makes me feel young, and even though I'm in my mid 50s, I'm having a time of my life. Having a time of my life with these damn palettes. Okay. So that is it. That is all. This is Lips of the Day, eyeshadow of the day, lips of the day, and more. I am focusing so much more on the more. But I'm still doing lips of the day. I'm telling you, once this disease, this virus, this Rona situation leaves this planet, hopefully with none of my family members with it, please, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Once it leaves, which I pray that it will just die and go away. And we can walk out in the street and not have to worry about wearing a mask or anything again. I will be back on the lipstick game. I'm still on the lipstick game, people. Not as heavily, though. Because of... So, I have to focus on something else. Mask. That's what it is. You thought I was going to forget to say it? So I have to focus on something else. And then all of a sudden, eyeshadows came to mind. Why aren't I focusing on like a mascara? Why couldn't I just fill up my makeup drawer with mascaras? I'd have plenty of room. They're only but so big. And I do need more mascaras because my mascara, the ones I've got, are getting kind of dry, which means it's time to shake it up and buy some new ones. Why did I fall onto the eyeshadow situation though? I'm just asking. Personally, I think it's Michelle's fault. I gotta blame somebody. You think I'm gonna blame myself? Michelle, I think it was you. Because you showed me that Urban Decay tonic. It's not tonic. Is it tonic or iconic? Hold on. I'll look for it. Oh, and I did get this one. I'll show you in a minute. Hold on. Hold on. What was it again? The iconic tonic, whatever. What was it? Oh Lord have mercy. Hold on. What was it? What here we go. No, that's not it. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves, people. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a minute. If I can't find it, I can't find it. Damn it. I can't find it. Is this it? No, this is Periwinkle Rainbow, which actually is the dupe of the one that I'm looking for. Okay. Well, it's yeah. Y'all know the one I'm talking about, right? But this one right here, this Periwinkle Rainbow, is the dupe of the one I'm talking about. The Urban Decay tonic. Yeah, because it's iridescent and it's duochrome. That's what started the whole eyeshadow thing. I really do believe. But then I received this yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I think I received this yesterday. This is a color tattoo, 24-hour color tattoo. And this is in the shade Endless Purple. Look And that's, look at the shade, people. I don't know when I'm going to wear it. I don't know. I'll be wearing it eventually. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. Cream eyeshadows, iridescent eyeshadows, matte eyeshadows, shimmer shades. I got shimmers. I've got mattes. I've got duochromes. Who am I? Who are you? Who are you? Okay. So there you have it. That's it. That's just that with that upon that. Um, I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. It's really not much going on up here. It's really like a my eyes but better. I can't say my lips but better anymore. My skin tone but better. My eyeball but better. It's not my eyeball. It's my lid, my eyelid but better. It's really my skin, my eye. It's like watching a baby fawn try to stand up and walk, isn't it? That's how I feel at times because I can't even. Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, so that's just that. With that upon that, I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Ooh, just look at it. Oh my God. Let me know what you think. And it's called Endless Purple, in case I forgot to mention the name. The name of the shade is called Endless Purple. It's a Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour. And that's just that with that upon that. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think about everything. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know how late I'm going to stay tomorrow. Between tomorrow and Thursday, those 2 days you may or you may not see me due to the work that I have to catch up on, because in order for me to leave at 5 o'clock on Friday, I really have to get the majority of the work under my belt. And there's a lot. So maybe you'll see me tomorrow, maybe not. Okay? So I love you. I love my YouTube family. Again, hit me up. Let me know what you think is happening to me. And I will talk to you when I talk to you. Okay? I love you. Mwah. Bye now.